All. In today's lecture, we will study the function overriding in C++. So, if we talk about the agenda of today's lecture, we will study the function overriding, pure virtual function, and abstract class. Now, before discussing these topics, we would like to discuss the question given to you during previous lecture. So during previous lecture we have given you the question which access specifier makes members accessible only within the class. So by which access specifier we can access the members only within the class. So options were the public, protected, private, global. So I think by making the access specifier private, we can not access the members outside the class. So I think option C is the correct answer for this question. Now, if we talk about today's topics, the first topic is that function overriding. So, what is the meaning of function overriding? Means it is a redefinition of base class function. Means what the function we have used in the base class, that function we are using in derived class. In its derived class with the same signature, that is return type and parameters. Means whatever the function we are using in the base class, that function say with the same name and same parameters we have defined in the derived class also, that is known as the function overriding. We can have one example here, that is one class is class A, then we have defined one function that is the void display. So we are displaying something hello. Now this class B is inherited from the class A. Now in class B also we are defining the same function, that is void display. So in that void display the name is same, in parameters there is no parameter and here is no parameter. So I think we are using the same signature. So this is one of the example of function overriding. Keep in mind that when we are doing the function overriding, we should use the virtual keyword in the base class. So this is one of the example of function overriding. Function overriding means we are using the same function with the same signature, that is name, return type and all these things. So this is one example of function overriding. We have one other example. We can see that is, for example, we are want to write any program in C++ for function overriding. Then we can include the header file here. That is, we can include the header file iostream. We are using the namespace std. Then we have made one class, that is base class. In the base class we are using the function void display. Then we are using one other function as void show. So but here we are using the virtual keyword, means we want to repeat this function in the derived class. So and in the show class we are writing this show method, and in the display class we are printing this display method of base class. Now we are inheriting one derived class from the base class. Then what we are defining this function void display again in this derived class. So I think here this function have been used in the derived class. So this is one of the example of the function overriding. Here we are displaying the display method for the derived class. Now we can write the main function for this, that is int main. Then derived class we have created one object dr. Then for the base class, that is we are this derived class bs is having the same address as of dr, means this is the again the derived class object. Now if we will write the bs.display, means this display method is of the derived class. Now if we are writing dr.show, means the show method, means we are calling the show function here, the show method is of base class. So like this we can use the function overriding in C++. Now we can see the difference. What are the differences between this function overriding, and in the previous lecture you have seen the function overloading also. So what is the basic difference between function overriding and function overloading? In case of the function overloading, multiple definition of the function by changing the signature. Their signature is changed means we are having the different return type and different parameters. In case of function overloading, we are having the different parameters. Means we can have one parameter, two parameter, or we can have int type or any other type. For example, we are having the double. Now here the different parameters are there. In case of function overriding, the function overriding is redefinition of base class function in derived class. This is done in case of the inheritance with the same, but here the signature is same. Means the return type and parameters are same. Means return type and parameters are the same in case of the function overriding. So this is one of the example of compile time polymorphism, and this is one of the example of runtime polymorphism. So this is the basic difference between function overloading and function overriding. Now what is the meaning of pure virtual function? Pure virtual function means a pure virtual function with no we were using the keyword virtual in the base class with no implementation. So we are not defining that class in the base class, that is virtual, that function in the base class we are declaring using equal to 0. So if there is any function which we are not defining in the base class virtual function, that is known as the virtual function. So how we can define create this? We will writing the equal to 0. So we can see one example here, that is we are writing here iostream hash include iostream using namespace std. We are creating one class, that is class A. We are writing the public assist specifier. We are writing one function which is before that we are using the keyword, and we are writing equal to 0. Means we are not defining here in the base class. This will be defined in the derived class. So if we are using equal to 0 in the function, that is known as the pure virtual function. Are you getting the meaning? That is pure virtual function. So now if we talk about the abstract class, what is the meaning of abstract class? A class with at least one pure virtual function. If any class is there which is having at least one pure virtual function, means in the virtual function there equal to 0 is written over there, then that class is known as the abstract class. So the object of the abstract class cannot be created directly. So we cannot create directly the object of this class. So we can see the one example here. We are writing the hash include iostream using namespace std. We have created one class, that is class A. We are writing assist specifier public. Then we are writing virtual void display issue. Means this is the pure virtual function here. So if this class is having any pure virtual function, that at least one pure virtual function, that is known as the abstract class. So now if we want to create the object this directly, then we cannot create here. We can create indirectly, or directly we cannot create the object for the abstract class. So now, so in this lecture we have learned three things, that is function overriding. Function overriding means it is the redefinition of base class function in its derived class with the same signature. Same signature means we have the same parameters and same return type. We have learned the pure virtual function is a virtual function with no implementation in the, we are not defining that function, pure virtual function in the base class, that is known as the pure virtual function. Then we have learned the class with at least one pure virtual function is known as the abstract class. We have learned about the pure virtual function, we have learned about the abstract class, and we have learned about the function overriding. So this is all about this lecture. Now we are having one question for you. What you have learned in this lecture? Question is that is what is function overriding? Means you are having the four option, same function name, different parameters. Same function name, same parameters in a inheritance, different function name, different same parameters and none. So these are the four options. So you can try this question and you can answer us in the comment box. If you like this video lecture, please share with your friends and hit the like button. Thank you very much. Thank you all.